You are listening and or watching PWNCAST. This is episode 42, and we are in patch 6.0.3. I'm your Warlock host, Belle. I did bring the Riders of Rohan with me. I did bring the mage who tried to use his illusion to pose as King Rin to seduce Jaina Frieza.
Wouldn't be the first one to get in that one.
And you for sure are not going to be the last, because she had a long line of famous WoW men in the sheets. So
not sure I want to follow a shaman.
Once you go dragon, though.
The shamanistic rage you might not be able to contend with.
There's a lot of sexual remarks we could make for all this, but let's just pass on. I guess
just keep going. Well, we're glad you're here. You almost didn't make it.
It's true. For the listeners out there, I have not had internet for 5 days. It has been a roller coaster. So I have internet back on about a couple hours before the show started. I was on the phone screaming at the internet people, and they finally showed up. So
how does one survive with no internet?
Yeah, it was a rough 5 days, I'm not going to lie. But I kind of needed the break, but I didn't need a break for 5 days. That was a little too much. But
I would die. I'm glad you survived.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough, guys. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. It's great to be with you guys again, and it's always fun talking about WoW, no doubt.
We love WoW. All right. I'm really glad you're here. I was panicked. I was super panicked earlier because I was like, please, somebody help me. I need to go to Colorado so that I can record with him. I was super I did also bring the Death Knight. This is really terrible, guys. Don't judge me. He's the Death Knight whose diseases landed him in the Azeroth ICU, like in...
That's supposed to...
For those of you that are listening and not watching, Lycan just bust out in his Shake It Off dance. He's shaking off the ICU and is back healthy. I'll let him tell the story.
That's our welcome back song.
Yeah, that is.
Yes. Hi, I'm Lycan, and I have diabetes. I ended up a nice 3 or 4 day stay in the ICU and had my fluids topped off, but I'm good now. Had a couple of priests come in, dispel me, one paladin came in, did a lay on hands. I didn't get a sponge bath either from either a male or female nurse, so I was kind of disappointed. But hey.
I take them when they come.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, that's what she's
I've been married for 12 years. I'll get it any way I can get it.
I can't deal with you guys.
No. Just carry a bucket of mud with you and be like, I think I'm dirty, guys. I need some, I need a bath.
Smile and hold a sponge in the other hand.
I don't think...
I've already have a bucket.
I don't think the wife would appreciate that. Nate's mom did kindly message me to give me the number to the hospital that Lycan was staying at, and she messaged me to call and yell at him because he was bitching about not getting the proper coffee. So she said, do me a favor, call and yell at him and tell him to stop being mean. So I called, and I'm like, you need to stop yelling at people about your coffee and just focus on getting better. And he's like, well, who is this? What do you mean, who is this? Well, who is this? And so I'm like, I think I said something derogatory.
Yeah, she goes, it's me, dumbass. I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? I was mad, though. I got up in the morning. Now, they put me on the old person floor. Always do because of all the diabetes things I go and I pull out my slip for my breakfast, decaf coffee.
Oh.
And then I ask for coffee, and they give me that chicory substitute bullshit that they give in hospitals. I'm like, no, this ain't going to work either.
That's medicinal coffee right there.
Now, my sister did come in with a cooler about that size and about that round of coffee. She fit a whole pot of coffee in it. She brought it into me this afternoon.
And you just stuck a straw in it and went to
town?
I
did.
That's a good sister. She's a keeper.
Isn't the saying death before decaf?
Exactly.
For real, yeah.
So if you're not going to give me coffee, just let me die in the bed.
Decaf is like diet. Diet sucks. Nobody is happy when they're dieting. Give me one happy person that's happy about dieting, and I will show you $1 million. Seriously, people are miserable when they're dieting, and anything that has sugar-free diet or no caffeine is just not good for your body. You need to just not go there.
I'd be happy on a bacon-only diet.
I'm saying, don't take health advice from me, guys, because I'm totally going to steer you in the wrong direction.
I think bacon, will you be dead in a week?
I did also bring the shaman who went full-on Aussie chipmunk in TeamSpeak during the raid on Friday. Huge bloke.
I want to hear that.
Hey, how you all doing? Yeah, I haven't used TeamSpeak in a while, and apparently when I joined the raid and said a few things in TeamSpeak, a plugin that I had on there was already active and turned my voice into a female chipmunk.
And you had an
and
accent, and it was so funny.
And I couldn't turn it off, so I had to go through the whole raid. Basically not speaking, because every time I did, the raid lost its shit. and people died.
And he was speaking very seriously, like, okay, guys, on this part, what is it I need to do? And we were laughing too hard to even be serious at that point. But we downed Heroic Calgrath. We are a little bit on the late train on progression just because we were putting together the team, but congrats to the writers. We're really starting to form a raid team. Well, I'm glad that you guys are all here. What a week this has been. Last week, we have been hyping up. We hyped up on the episode. We've been hyping up on the page. We've been hyping up a project that PWNCAST, the cast members and our admins have been working on. It's been in the workings for quite some time. It's something that we've always tossed around, kicked around, always wondered, well, what if? And finally, after a lot of hard work and serious pulling together of the entire PWNCAST staff, it's finally ready, and we're finally excited to talk about what we are launching as of this moment. The thing about this and what we're doing is there are a lot of great sites out there. There are a lot of great sites out there that give you information on World of Warcraft. They have guides. They have how-tos. Plenty of them. World of Warcraft, or Wowhead, WoW Insider, which is now Blizzard Watch, MMO Champion. There are tons of websites that are bringing you this stuff. The great news is there's always room for more. Literally. You can never have too much World of Warcraft information. For those of you that know us, the nature of PWNCAST and everyone involved, from listeners, admins to cast, pretty much to everybody, we have always been for the players, by the players. That's been our culture as a community, is real people. We've always prided ourselves on bringing you gameplay, news, PvP, PvE, community, and our insights based not on the pros and the famous streamers, but basically as the everyday player in the World of Warcraft trenches. That's who we are. So we wanted to create and build a place for you, basically a place for every player of every player type, all walks of life, whether you're elitist, whether you're casual, whether you're every now and then. We wanted to bring you a place where you can get helpful information, guides, fun, things that you wouldn't normally see. We wanted to guide and entertain on a larger scale besides just a podcast and a Facebook page. So with that said, drum roll, please. I almost said please. PWNCAST is proud to present the Daily Quest. The Daily Quest. This is a site that embraces all of the things we love about other news sites and brings the unique insight of every type of player, of our gameplay, other people's gameplay. It is packed with great articles, videos, how-tos for all different aspects of World of Warcraft. If you need to know about something, we're in there writing content about it. We have a phenomenal, when I say phenomenal, we have a phenomenal staff of writers. Not just our PWNCAST admins. We have people in the community, Dan the Paladin, Lyra, Phoenix, Midas Man. We have a huge bunch of people in the community that are going to be contributing content and really help making sure that we're bringing you fresh content. So we will be consistently adding to the website. We're going to be including forums. There's going to be so much stuff that's going to be happening with this site as time goes on. But you can go ahead and check it out and see what we've done. It's pretty awesome. PWNCASTDailyQuest.com. Right here, PWNCASTDailyQuest.com.
I'll be going there to learn.
I wanted to do one of the right here thing.
Oh, we can't. Yeah, right here. It's going to be.
I thought we were going to do like a heart, but I can't actually make a heart.
Right here.
So, PWNCASTDailyQuest.com. Make sure that you guys check it out. Spread it around. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us what we need. This is something that's going to be continuous and ongoing. And just, take it in stride and just know that we're going to be continuously improving. But to be honest, it's already pretty awesome. I mean, I'm pretty amazed with what the team has come up with and what we've done. So, PWNCASTDailyQuest.com right here. With that, we can get right into the news. We've been waiting for that literally all week, for that one moment.
It's freaking awesome, guys. You got to check it out. Make it your homepage. It's what you're going to need. It has all the latest stuff. So
there was just so much news this week that literally I just was bursting to tell everyone and just couldn't for one reason or another.
We really wanted we wanted to wait until we were ready, and it was pretty beefed up. So we're pretty excited. So make sure you guys check it out. News. Boy, the news. BlackRock Foundry is out. We haven't stepped into BlackRock Foundry yet, so I can't really give you any unique insights, but PWNCASTDailyQuest.com does have a BlackRock Foundry guide written by our very own Hots for Shots. It's an amazing guide, really, really helpful for the average raid team up to the elitist raid team. I mean, Hots for Shots did a really good job of breaking it down. I'm told it's a little bit rough in BlackRock Foundry, so if your raid team hasn't entered in yet, make sure you pull up your big boy pants and make sure you're ready for a ride, because even the trash is rough. Yeah, we've heard that it's been pretty bad.
I don't know. I wouldn't go in there, so.
You don't like raiding to begin with, so.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He's not a raider.
Considering I set foot in my first non-LFR raid ever
With us, you did.
yesterday with you guys, the odds of me going into BlackRock anything other than LFR in a couple of weeks, nothing.
He left the raid after
Zero.
we killed the first boss on Heroic, and we were just farming trash because we didn't have enough time in the evening to do the rest because we had started on the raid late. So we farmed trash, and right as he decided to leave, he was done. A beautiful mail piece, 670 BOE dropped, and I was laughing at him in TeamSpeak. I'm like, ha, that's what you get. You should have stayed. So
Yeah, I logged out, but I was still on TeamSpeak, and I heard everyone who'd be like, bloke already left. And I'm not going to repeat what I said, but I didn't say on TeamSpeak either. I was like, damn it, because I had to go back to bed and go to work.
I'm sure the
but,
F word was involved.
yeah, I'm pretty sure a few times.
And people,
Once was never enough.
I've heard complaints though that it was overtuned and that it's too powerful. There's the mobs are just way too powerful. The trash is too hard, but the item level is dropping in our 665. So what is that equivalent to? About what? Right under Mythic, or right under Heroic.
Right under Heroic, because Heroic I'm all 670.
Right. So yeah, if you're going to step in there in full LFR, it's not going to happen, But you are going to have some decent gear in order to move. I'm 659 on my Death Knight, and that still might be a little squishy to walk in the BlackRock Foundry.
What I love is it's making players actually have to play. This whole content, this whole expansion, yeah, the whole content, the whole expansion content base for the raids has been, I mean, the mechanics on normal and Heroic High Mall, even Mythic even, or I mean, on next level where you literally, it takes the whole team to do it. You can carry, but it's really, really hard to carry. It really is a serious DPS mechanic communication check all the way around, and I love it.
On that note, I was reading on MMO Champion, of one of many of the places, and I will put it up on our website, is a massive long article written by the devs, basically explaining to people what the deal with BlackRock was, because everybody's going, oh, it's overtuned or undertuned, or it's this or it's that. And they really explained the nuts and bolts of their approach to it, which was that the first instances that have been coming out for raids were designed to be easier, to give everyone that initial 2 months to get in, have a bit of a play, really get used to the classes. Everyone got to the same sort of standard of gear, be it LFR or normal.
Right.
And now BlackRock has come out. It's essentially part of the same tier, but it's designed to really sort of test your mettle. And the way they put it is that the further into that raid you get, the bosses are getting harder and harder, and that's the way they've been designed. But raid groups have been going into that raid and going straight to the last boss, which they don't have the gear for. So, right. And then they're turning around going, "Oh, it's overtuned, it's too hard, bring it back." And their response to that was, "Well, no, go and do the raid properly, get the gear, and progress normally." Mm-hmm. So. I think a few people got to keep that in mind as well. Like,
what's going on with you under your desk? Is Marilyn Monroe under there? I mean, what's happening?
No, my sock came off, and it's pretty cold here in Colorado, so I have to put my sock on.
So, yeah, he's right. Stop bitching about the overtuning. Just go in when you're ready. Don't try to rush because you want to be realm first or guild first or server first, or who cares who's first? You're all going to get there at some point. Who cares?
And they did say too, like they dev team themselves don't feel like BlackRock is perfectly tuned. And yes, obviously they do have to do some modifications, bits and pieces, bit of tuning here and there. But they said overall, like it is essentially the way it's meant to be if you do it in the right order and stop being idiots.
Exactly.
Well,
We were. Go ahead.
What kills me about this expansion is that people are complaining that we'll have to go back to mechanics. But last expansion, people were complaining it was too easy. And this is going on and on and on. I mean, last expansion, what was the technique for Siege of Orgrimmar for Garrosh? We all stood in one spot, took the AoE damage, let the weapon drop on us, kill down the weapon, and it was like we didn't move. We ignored all the mechanics for Garrosh. And people cried because it was too easy.
It's too easy.
Now
That's
that they made that,
Right.
now we got mechanics back in the game, and
And everybody's complaining about it.
And they're complaining it's too hard. Oh my God, we have to do mechanics. Well, which one do you want?
Yeah.
It's a revolving door, and it's never ever going to end because I think a lot of people just feel they need to bitch about something.
Hey,
Well, I think a lot of it has to go what?
I said, you want to skip mechanics? Go do LFR.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I think what it is they're so used to the OP damage that we were doing at the end of MOP, and that damage. I mean, you got mages that were able to tank at some points. But
I don't know that was ever a valid statement.
Oh,
I think you might be a liar and a fat mouth because I don't know an instance where a mage could have.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh,
that's not what I meant.
You ate that, Cobra.
No, I didn't mean it like that. No, but what was I going to say?
I get what you're saying. Everything was very powerful.
Everything was a lot more powerful. But what it is too, a lot of people have bad raid groups, and they're already getting traumatized, and they're thinking that each boss is too hard. But really, what it is, it's just the people they're playing with. Whether one person is making the whole raid wipe, or the tank sucks, or something like that. So a lot of people are just getting traumatized over the littlest things, and they're freaking out.
Before we move on to the next topic, last week we talked about Aja, who had thrown pencils at her husband and said they were shaman totems, and she had hexed him to turn him into a frog, and he had just woken up because she wasn't supposed to be on site that late because she was supposed to go to bed, and he didn't take it too well because he just woke up, and I believe his comment was, "Mofo, I'm a bear, I deflect," or something. So as you guys were talking, apparently he got her back. His name is Rickard, and he just threw water on top of her head and said, "Ha, now you know how it feels to be healed by a shaman." I had to share that because that was just epic. Okay.
I could see him doing that.
Recruit a friend mount for 6.1 is called the Cindermane Charger. There will be a picture right here. Just so you know, in the model viewer, it's been data mined that it does have wings. There are wings. Don't know if it means it will fly, but there are wings. Picture will be right here. It is beautiful, especially if you're a warlock, because we deal with fire. It's... Who wants me to recruit them? Anybody? Nobody?
I like it. Like the last one, what was the other charger called that they gave us for the contract they came out with?
Celestial Steed.
The Celestial Steed.
It almost looks like a reskin version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got fire and lava. So it'd be really good for a shaman also. An element.
So I wonder if that's going to have the same type of wings, where they're just constantly flapping, whether or not they're...
It flaps, and then it has like an AFK where it's idle, and then it'll flap again, like all mounts do.
See, I never liked that one. I always wished the wings would go back on the sides, and only went up when you were flying.
I used to think you were cool, man.
Up until 5 minutes ago, he wasn't.
Yeah. Oh my goodness!
But I'm in the same boat as well. Like, anyone want to make a new WoW buddy?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be recruiting a people or two.
Just email us at info@PWNCAST.
Looks like my daughter's going to be start playing WoW. I'm creating her an account just so I can get it.
Agreed.
Yeah. And then
it does look.
Get her in trouble for something like, oh, no more WoW for you.
Yeah, right.
The wife's walking by, so I shouldn't say that too loud. That I'm going to be spending on the account, but she's definitely getting an account.
What she doesn't know won't hurt her, but I would end up telling her, because if your wife ever asked me a direct question, I would not lie to her because I love her too much to lie. So I would totally bust you out in the interest of full disclosure. So don't ever tell me your secrets because I will tell your spouses. We talked last week about the Mystic Rune Saber. Well, this week we've seen a side of the Mystic Rune Saber that we didn't know existed. It now has wings.
Mm-hmm.
So this means what? It's going to fly. So
well, technically they all have to fly because
Yes.
at some point you're going to go back to their orbit.
Well, yes, but I think that this is just more of a alludement that at some point there is going to be flying in WOD. So for those of you still crying about it, and there are a ton of you, shut up.
Why is it there no flying in WOD by now? We should have flying by now.
I agree.
That's what happened. I
you
love
can.
it.
It's called the rocket thing
I've
from
gotten
the
so
engineer
used.
workshop.
I've gotten so used to not flying that when I go back to Stormwind, I'm on my ground mount, forgetting that
Me
I
too.
can fly.
Running around.
Thank you for saying that. I'm glad I'm not the only person that
Yeah.
does it. I'm like, man,
I've
it
done
takes
it.
ages to get from the main
And
tower to
my
the auction
husband,
house.
my husband will lerp on my screen and go, "Why are you on your ground mount?" Oh yeah, I have flying now.
Don't touch me.
Also, we've been talking a lot about the selfies and the Twitter integrations. There's now a spell called the photo bomb for selfies. It summons an NPC, which is called the Master Photo Bomber, who looks like the image of the Archmage Vargoth, and it photo
I'm all
bombs
for
your
that.
selfie. So I think that's so legit. They now have
Oh
filters.
my goodness.
Filters also
They-
with selfies with the color filters like you do on your phone to take selfies. They're really getting into the selfie thing. I
I
like
think
it.
a photobomb would be better though if it was,
Your friend,
on accident.
right?
Yeah, your friend
Like-
photobombing you.
You know what I was thinking? You know how you can throw a party grenade at somebody? What if you could throw a, like a photo bomb at them and it forces them to pretend to take a selfie with you bombing it? I think that would be,
Mm-hmm.
That'd be kind of cool.
yeah.
I got to admit, I'm kind of interested to see what people are going to do with that in combination with things like the swap blaster and the photo bomber and the selfies.
People
and all
are
that sort of
already
stuff. Like,
lining
it's
up
gonna-
they're already lining up their selfie nudes. There's gonna be in-game tune nudes all over the place because people are just really gonna take this to a whole nother level as WoW players typically do. We never take anything at face value, so
And they're all going to be across Twitter, too.
if there's a way for us
Yeah.
to exploit it sexually, Trade Chat is very much proof of that we will. So be looking for nude selfies.
I cannot wait for the
I love
hashtag.
Treasure.
I cannot wait for the hashtag for Goldshire when the selfies come out.
On,
Oh yeah,
Moon-
that's
Oh.
gonna be amazing.
in
Oh, yeah.
particular.
Moonguard Goldshire. Oh, this is going to be fun.
so much fun with the selfies. I can't. Pins and needles. I can't even stand it. WoW subscribers. Last year we were at 7 million. End of 2014 we're at 10 million. What does that mean? We're awesome. Bloke had alluded earlier in the pre-show that they had stated, they expect that to go down as the new of WOD wears off. But here's what we know. It's been stated they're going to keep bringing out that fresh content throughout the length of the expansion. Why do you think they're dragging each raid out? They're not releasing LFR until, weeks after. I really think we're going to see a lot of content, so I don't think there's going to be a boredom aspect.
On the note of like how quick they're bringing stuff out, and it was in that same developers announcement, was that they felt in Cataclysm a lot of it was forcing the players to be rushed through the content.
Yeah.
And then obviously in Pandaland, hanging out with Gary for a year, it was far too slow. So they've really spent a lot of time rejigging and balancing and really setting out their schedule of when they're going to release content and making sure that it's just that happy point between far too long and not quick enough sort of thing, just to keep everybody interested, because they know that numbers have dropped significantly over the years, and if they mess around too much, they can drop off like that. Like there's a myriad of other games out there to go play. So
Right.
I think that they're taking great care and concern to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I agree.
And I apologize. Usually I'm the one that keeps up on this, and I watch it, but they wouldn't let me bring my computer into the ICU for some reason. I'm looking even at the last 6 months of the shares, and the investors aren't worried. I mean, even over the last 2 days, the Activision's, their shares have actually gone up in the last.
Do you
2
want to
days.
know
So
why
it's
they're not worried? I have one word for you. You ready? Overwatch. They're not worried.
That's part-
Yeah.
They're
that's
not
part
worried.
of it. I mean, they've got the Overwatch behind them. They've got, very successful with Heroes of the Storm coming up.
I just want to
Hearthstone
point
is
out I
blowing
wasn't
them out of the
rubbing an
water.
apple.
But Hearthstone's blowing them out of the water. But even with that, I mean, when you look at their cash cow right now has been and always will be WoW.
I don't appreciate you calling me a cash cow. I mean, I'm just
It
throwing
is.
that out there. I realize I pay my $15 subscription every month, but I am not a cash cow.
Come on, as soon as you heard about the Cindermane mount, you're like, okay, here, take my money. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
And it's not going anywhere. People should not be worried. I will definitely have a big breakdown for it next week. I'll listen to the whole quarterly report. But, looking at the early, results, there's nothing to be worried about. 10 million,
No.
What does that take us back to? Right after Lich King?
He'll have a big
Yeah.
breakdown on the new website, which is PWNCASTdailyquest.com. Shameless
You can
plug.
check that out. I will have that up and running by Monday. I'll listen to the report tonight and have the report up on Monday.
Fraser said it perfectly before we started recording the show. Like, he's a big Halo player. I used to play Call of Duty. Like, all of those are massive, massive franchises amongst, some of the other games. And I have never come across another game that can sit back and go, hey, you know what? We've got close on 10 million people logged in playing right this very second.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Like, there is no other game in comparison.
There's not.
You sit back and go, oh, numbers have dropped down to, they used to be, 15 million at one point, 17 million. And they're going, oh, you've dropped down to 10 million. That's 10 million people.
Sorry, you dropped 10 million. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever hung out in a park with 10 million people, but that's a lot of people.
If you
There's
play
nothing to
Halo,
worry
when you
about.
go to matchmaking, it'll tell you how many people are actually online right now, and it'll be a little above 100,000 people, maybe 200,000 on a Friday night, and
I would
people
be
think
worried
that's a
about
lot.
That.
Huh?
I would be worried about that.
I would be worried about
100,000
that.
people, that's not a lot.
At most, you'll have 200,000 people at the most, and we have 10 million people. It is no comparison. There's no comparison to this.
So those of you that say you're bored with WoW on the Facebook groups and the forums and all the stuff where I see WoW, WOD bores me, maybe you need friends. Maybe you need a life. Maybe you should get a
Right.
garrison. I mean, really,
10 million other people that you could hook up and play with.
I mean, really, I don't
Started
see.
soon on Argent Dawn.
I don't,
Come to
right?
Riders
I mean, you
Rohan.
could. Morbid Lust, we shouted him out last week, actually. He did send us an in-game mail and tell us he was fans of the show. He actually did bring tunes, and he put some tunes in the guild and is rolling with us, so shout out to Morbid. Yeah, no, seriously, stop bitching about it. It's not, if you're bored, you're not doing it right. I agree that there could be more moments of boredom, yes, but on the whole, it's not boring.
On the flip side of that coin, if you're bored of the game, you know what? Unsub. Unsub
Agreed.
for a while.
Agreed.
Take a break. Go outside and see that thing we hear
Fries
so
is
much
great
about
at
called the
pushing people off
sunshine.
the ledge,
Yeah.
so just let
I
him
don't-
push them right off the ledge.
Yeah,
I don't know what
if
that sunshine thing you're talking about is.
if you're in that movie, what was it, Yes Man, where he goes upstairs to save that guy from killing himself? I would not be that guy. I'm the one on the bottom, like, why he's not jumped yet? I don't understand.
Get off.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of reasons to jump. You know what I mean? And that's me.
The background to this is anytime somebody posts on Facebook, either in our groups that we're in or our guild or something that they're going to unsub because they're upset about something, and Friza's always going, yeah, man, taking a break's always a good idea. And then I always comment, stop pushing people off the ledge. You're not helping.
What did I say in the last one? I was like, oh, go ahead and rage quit. I go, rage quit, take a week off, whatever. I go, no one really quits while you just take long breaks.
you take pauses. Like, hell, I've done it a couple of times. Like, I've had 2 months off, 3 months off here and there.
Yep.
And you come back and it really is like a whole new game. And
It's
you got to
true.
play catch up, so you've got plenty to do. If you're getting to that point where you're bored or you're starting
Just
to
play
hate on
another
it,
game.
just press pause for a bit.
I'm a
Unsub
lifer.
for a month or two.
I've never unsubbed. I have no, even when I wasn't active during Kata, I'd never unsubbed. I don't have the ability. I am too emotionally invested.
With the crappy conversion rate here in Auslandia, we do tend to unsub because we're literally just throwing money away for nothing.
Yeah, I
We're not
bet.
playing.
Also, Love is in the Air did begin February 2nd. It does end the 16th of February. They did bring some new stuff this year. The Crown Company now drops a 635 necklace. It does have a special on-use effect that grants, it might just save a life.
Pretty much nothing other than a crappy achievement.
Yeah, pretty much. There's also the True Love Prism, which is a toy. From the new achievement, They Really Love Me, it requires 10-plus players to complete the full set of achievements. The Lovebird Hatchling can be purchased with 40 love tokens. That is new additions for the Love is in the Air. So,
The Lovebird Hatchling, you can get literally in 10 minutes. Just go and do the initial quests in your home city, like in our case it's Stormwind or Orgrimmar or whatever. 10 10 minutes, smash those quick quests, drop your 40 tokens, you get yourself a new pet. And then you can be like, oh, I took part and I'm amazing.
Have a picnic. If you have a WoW crush on somebody, buy a picnic basket and throw a picnic and invite them over to your garrison and be all romantical. Me and my husband did that last year.
Wait, what pet are we talking? We talking about the new pet?
The lovebird. No, the lovebird hatchling from the
we haven't got to the other new pet yet.
You know what I love?
Picnic with me.
I will.
Okay.
You know what I love?
I don't mess around.
That these guys were so prepared for this episode that they are already ahead of the news because they were so prepared, and that's my favorite. Yes, the pet that Fries is referring to, it is a Heroes of the Storm promotional pet that's been data mined for 6.1 in PTR. It is called Graves. There's going to be a picture right here. He is a 3-headed little, a bone troll.
Awesome. He's 3-headed awesome.
He's like a bone gnome. He's undead, so and you did say he eats souls, right?
Yes, he has one where if one of your pets are dead, you can actually consume the body of the other pet to bring back health. It's called Consume Corpse. And I actually use it. I can't remember the name of the pet. There's a specific pet that I use that on, and maybe it's the Weebination. I know, I hate saying it yeah, Weebomination.
Did you say Weebination? Because that's what I heard, Weebination.
But Weebomination has it stitched. The Stitched Pup has it. Blighthawks have it. This is an awesome ability. I'm looking at this pet and I'm drooling, just waiting for it to come out. It's
I love them.
We don't know how,
yes.
We don't know how it's going to be attainable. We have no idea how it's going to be attainable just yet. When we find out, we'll make sure. But because it's Heroes of the Storm promotional, my assumption is that you might need to purchase something in Heroes of the Storm, possibly begin playing. Not really sure, but obviously because it's cross-promotional, that likely you're going to have to do something within Heroes of the Storm. I'm assuming when Heroes of the Storm is no longer in, because they're in beta now, I believe. When they're no longer in beta and they're actually live. That's the assumption. When we know more information, we'll make sure that we let you guys know.
I just want to sneak in here that I did kind of trade her out a little bit and go and play Heroes of the Storm.
What?
I know, I feel so dirty, but at the same time, it's amazing.
I've had technical alpha since it was first released last year, and MOBAs aren't my thing. I need a free roam map. I need interaction with other people besides getting screamed at because my side's not going up middle or it's not going up bottom or whatever bullshit that goes on with MOBAs. I don't have the attention span to spend 30 minutes on a match and not be able to get up from my computer for any reason without people raging at me. So
I can't. I'm not a clicker on the screen, guy.
No.
For me personally, it's a sometimes food. But going back to what we said a minute ago,
breaking up the monotony, right?
It's another weapon in the Blizzard arsenal. Right. Like they're coming along leaps and bounds because that game is popular as all hell. Obviously, like Lycan said, Hearthstone. Whoa, like 9.5 million logged in players
already.
We've still got Overwatch to come. I don't know even
Hearthstone's
Hearthstone's
my effective toilet time game.
I'm gonna be all over Overwatch when it comes out. But I was gonna say about the rage quitting. If you talk to LT, me and LT, he's seen me rage quit last week a few times on Rep Paladins, and
is that why your internet went down for a week?
Right. It was perfect, dude. You can go ahead and ask him, guys. You guys why? He has the full story of me screaming at my computer, yelling and saying I freaking hate this game. I can't believe I freaking play this. I don't know. And then he's like, "Do you want to log out?" No, let's do another one. Let's do another arena. But I would have to get up and I would have to walk around and then I would have to.
Had to get up and shake it off.
I had to get up and shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off.
I can't deal with the Taylor Swift.
But yeah, it definitely helps to take a break, guys. Don't rage quit. Don't.
And you don't have to be completely dirty trader. Like you can take a break from WoW and have a look at one of the other games and then realize how much you miss us all.
That's right.
Exactly.
Come back to WoW like 40 minutes later.
There's been a lot of PTR, little miscellaneous news with spell changes, tons of stuff that's been released, new new icons that have been data mined, lots of things. So make sure you check out our website. We're going to have all that stuff being fed through as it's being data mined in the breakdown of what that really means.
I can't remember. Can you give me that website again?
You know what? I can give you that website again. It's PWNCASTDailyQuest.com. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'll head on over.
I'll have to check that out myself.
Oh, no.
I really wish you guys, those of you that are listening to us, it's probably Monday and you guys are commuting to work and you're like, why do they keep playing Taylor Swift? Lycan is busting into a Shake It Off dance, which
God.
and he's got these weird lips. I don't know what's happening on my screen right now.
I don't know where he got these from.
That's
Probably the mini.
You can get these at Wendy's in their meals. Wendy's, if you're willing to sponsor us, we're always up.
I can't.
Hey, Lycan, those were for your daughter and your kids. They weren't for you.
I know. I should not be putting it in my mouth because I think my kids had them in their mouths, and that's kind of.
There's probably a spaghetti in the middle of that.
This week we don't have any lore. We have no PvP. We have no segments of mention because Frieza had no internet. Frieza had no internet. Lycan was almost dead. I kept messaging him, "Are you alive?" Which is why he keeps saying that, because I was afraid I was going to get the phone call.
I was lucky being a Death Knight. My purgatory kicked in.
Agreed.
I was saved. So, yeah.
So we didn't really have anything. I do have a question that was given to PWNCAST to be answered on the show for Bell's Bites, though. It's from Calvin Adams. He did write it. I'm actually going to read his question because it's hysterical. I think Bloke was laughing about the question earlier, the way that he worded it. So Calvin says, since you are the almighty bearers of knowledge, I was hoping you could help me out. A while back, I threw a temper tantrum and cleaned out one of my tunes, everything in his bags, and deleted him. So he cleaned out everything and then deleted him. I restored him yesterday, but am unable to get any gear I sold off him back from the item restore. His level's 100, and he has done almost all the Draenor quest lines, and I have no idea where to start for gearing him up except for the 3 crafted pieces. The good news is I've done this before on my Bell's Bites regarding gear. So we have, well, no, that's great, because you all, when we did this last time, everybody had their little inputs from different ways of doing it. My way that I would recommend is the blue level 100 rares. You need to download Handy Notes from curse.com, and then with Handy Notes you also need to download Draenor Secrets. That does put the overlay on your map, so when you hover over the level 100 rares, it's going to tell you exactly what that rare drops, so you don't waste your time farming a rare that's not going to drop. It'll literally say 620 caster sword, 620 agility helm, whatever. That'll be a good way to get you 615. Once you're 615, you do not have to have silver damage to enter in the LFR. You just need to be 615, and you can run the LFR every week, and that's 640 gear. So heroic dungeons.
That's how I did it on Huge Bloke.
I did not step into any heroic dungeons on the Druid or the Shaman. I strictly got my item level to 615 with those rares and crafted pieces, and jumped into LFR.
The only heroics I've ever done have been exactly the ones I need
for legendary.
Once only for the legendary. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, I sort of jigged my gear high enough using the rares to get to be able to go into LFR, and like exactly like you said, week after week, different raids with the different wings, and you know I'm that guy. I'm in, like Huge Blokes in 640 LFR gear all the way through. So
you only need 630. You only need
doable.
635 to 640 to enter in a normal high mall. So I mean, you want your benchmark DPS to be around 12k entering into a normal to make sure that you're pulling your own weight. But I know that Frieza had some really good insight on a non-farming rare perspective, don't you? Didn't you recommend like PvP gear also?
Oh, well, PvP is the way to go. If you want quick gear right now, you go to BG's and stand in the corner and you'll get gear.
Even all that gear is 620, isn't it?
What is it?
You can get all 620 gear from that, can't you?
Oh yeah. It's not. Or go to Ashran and just hang out with the raid group, man. You'll find at the end of the raid group, you'll have 6 to 10 boxes that you didn't know you obtained.
Honor gear.
Right-click them.
Honor gear.
And it's all 600, 610, whatever item level it gives you. But it'll get you up to date, and then you can start doing LFR and not feel so useless. But I had a story. I had a story about this. Now I know I told this story back one of our first podcasts. Our first episode. But for the new listeners, I quit WoW.
You tell the story once a month on the podcast.
No. This is extreme version.
Oh, okay.
This is back in vanilla before BC came out, and right in the middle of that process of BC coming out, I quit World of Warcraft. I was mad about something, can't recall. I deleted everything out of my bags, sold all my bags to the vendor, sold all my clothes off my character, and this is my warrior Tapua, who was on Karen back then, and I said, I'm done with World of Warcraft. I'm selling everything. I only had one friend at the time, and so I gave him up to, I think it was like 300 gold, which in those days was
That was a lot back then.
it's a lot back then. So I gave him all my gold, gave him all my stuff. So he's like, hey man, it's nice knowing you. Have a nice life, And I was like, cool man, thanks for being my friend, cool. So about 2 months go by, I started getting the scratch, and I go, and I didn't delete my character or nothing like that, but I just unsubbed. So then I logged back in, and I'm like, well, what do? I'm standing in Thunderbluff, completely naked, no friends, no money, no armor, nothing. I don't have nothing. All I have is my little.
You were literally a WoW hobo.
Yeah, literally a WoW hobo. So
He was Topper McNabb.
so my friend at that time actually quit. He wasn't playing World of Warcraft as well.
So you couldn't even repo none of your crap.
So I couldn't do nothing, and so I was walking around Thunderbluff, and for about a couple days, kind of going through a meltdown in some ways, mad at myself. And I was at the auctioneer, which those who are in Thunderbluff know where it's at, or who are Horde. So I go to the auction house, and I stand there, and some high level guy comes up, and this is right when BC came out. This was about 2 months after BC. So these guys were already at level 70 at this time. So I walk up to him and I wave him, and I was like, hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I got nothing. I almost deleted my character a couple months ago. I'm broke. I go, can you help me out? He goes, not a problem, dude. So he goes into the auction, didn't talk to me for about at least 6 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. And then he hits trade chat and hooks me up with greens all the way down. Neck piece, belts, shoes, trinkets, everything I needed. And he's all, there you go, man. It's not that good of gear, but it'll get you going. And I just hugged. I was trying. If it was real life, I would have just hugged him and humped his leg if that's what it took. So, but that happened to me. So basically, if you have a good friend, you might want to pull that friend card.
Yeah, he does make a great point. Have that friend give it to you. But the goal here is to get you into LFR. The goal does not have to be for you to try for silver damage right away. The goal isn't so much heroic dungeons. The goal is LFR. All you need for that is 615.
Or PvP. Do arenas.
Does he say what class he is? He was?
No, he didn't say.
Because I know with blacksmithing, you can make the blue level gear, not the epic quality, but the blue level gear, and it doesn't count as a crafted item.
I don't even know how because we don't know how advanced he was into Draenor. He might have quit before Draenor's launch. We don't even really know.
Right, but if you can, I mean, get somebody that that's a blacksmith. Get somebody that if you're plateware, get somebody that is a leather worker. If you're a leatherware,
find a person that makes clothes.
Right, because those blue, I mean, like I know for the blacksmithing one, it's just a couple black rock ore, maybe a couple true iron ore, and that's it.
I literally just did this before we started the show, and it's literally 2 pieces of each to make one piece of plate gear. So, like, it wouldn't take a lot.
But he's asking for in addition to the 3 crafted pieces. I'm assuming he already has the 3 crafted pieces.
Yeah, and you could actually use those blue crafted pieces. They're not epic quality, but then blue crafted pieces to fill in the missing spots until you get better gear. That's at least going to get you some type of gear. You can move into Ashran, go into like that. And, there should be a website he should be able to go to.
There should be a website that he could go to where
what website is that?
Maybe there'd be a nice write-up by maybe Lycan. I thought Lycan's going to do a nice write-up on it.
I think that might be PWNCASTDailyQuest.com that you guys are talking about. I'm not sure.
I'll have to write that down.
So 2 options you have, just to summarize, and then we'll close this up. You can either do PvP Ashran to get or arenas or whatever you want to do. If you want to do PvP honor points, you can buy the 620, which will give you that minimum item level. Or if you don't fancy PvP, then you need to download Handy Notes plus Draenor Secrets at curse.com that will give you the overlay. It'll be the blue skull that will tell you that that's a blue rare, and it drops 620 items. You don't want to solo those, so you want to bring a friend. At least 2 people, so a total of 3 people if you have it. If you don't have it in your alliance, look for us. We'll come play with you. We don't have a problem with that. There's cross-server stuff. Just message us and say, hey, I need help, and we'll come running. We have a healer. We have a shaman. We have a tank. We have a mage.
I have a mammoth. You can hop on.
He does.
Go for a ride.
The traveling mammoth.
Apparently we have
I charge 50 gold, though. 50 gold per tour. So
Hey, man.
So yes, there are ways to
Apparently
do
we've
it.
got a chipmunk as well.
So goal is 615 item level so that you can enter LFR and get your 640 gear. That's in summary. If you need additional help and you seriously need somebody to help you with these rares to get you geared, just hit us up on the page and we'll take you if you're Alliance. If you're Horde, you're kind of on your own because we don't really do Horde.
No.
Except for Frieza. We don't really do Horde. So yes, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that we had for news aspect. We've pretty much covered we covered everything that we wanted to cover, including the launch of the new website that's PWNCASTDailyQuest.com. At this point,
Is
I
that
think
the name
we're.
of it?
Yep, that is the name, PWNCASTDailyQuest.com.
PWNCASTDailyQuest.com. I have to write that down.
I'm glad you just said it again because I was just typing it in to make sure I was
figure if
spelling
I
it
keep
right.
saying it enough, people are going to be like, hey, there is a website called
Subtle
PWNCASTDailyQuest.com.
reinforcement.
make it your homepage.
We're terrible individuals that we're plugging that, but really it's because we've worked really hard to make it happen, so we're pretty excited about that. But we've had it's been a rough week for us Pwnecasters. I missed half my team all week. I was pretty lonely. I didn't have anybody to hang out with in game because I hang out with Aja and Ella and the other admins and Bloke, but at night when everybody's asleep, like Bloke's off doing his thing and she's pregnant, so she has baby aggro, and Aja has to go to bed because she has kid aggro. It's just me and my husband are looking at each other like, where's our friend?
I was while they were asking that question, I was on my couch crying and whimpering because I had no internet. I was like, I don't have no friends.
He's whining about the internet. Meanwhile, I'm in a fetal position with tubes coming out of me.
We're terrible.
Pretty much.
We're terrible individuals. We're really glad that you guys are both back, though. We had a lot of stuff happening this week. We do have other news that we're not allowed to talk about, so I'm not allowed to talk about that. I just have to be quiet about it. I'm just supposed to not say anything. But we do have other really, really great news that I would really love to talk about. And if he just gives me the nod, I'm totally going to talk about it. But he's not giving me the nod, so I can't. Okay, so we're
Ray's finally getting that operation.
Yeah, he's finally moving into the operation.
Sourcing up to it, but
what are we talking about right now?
Well, it's a mystery, but stay tuned. As soon as I get the go-ahead, I will announce the other.
We'll put it this way: there's another project in the works that will be shared with
Project Titan.
Unfortunately, just so we're clear, it is not a group effort, this project. This was not a group effort.
It might be, but I don't judge.
Just to make sure that we're clear.
This conversation is going to be a whole lot more relevant in a few weeks.
People might have already figured it out already, which is kind of the gist. We're hoping that you guys will figure it out on your own. But no, this was not a group effort. Only a select few could take credit for this.
While things are being completely random, I just want to take 2 seconds to say with the Lovers in the Air event and farming the charms for the mount, I went out to my little... Sorry, I threw my cord. I went out and I was farming the charms in a great little spot where you can get both rep for the Arakoa and for bodyguards at the same time. And I was telling you guys this before. It was a demonstration of like restoring a little bit of faith in the community. So I want to give a quick shout out to Posca, the druid from a guild called Candy, who was standing there sort of just not doing a lot, and I was killing everything, the little bugs that respawn super duper quick, and I thought I was pretty spectacular, and I actually felt kind of bad. I'm like, I'm killing stuff so quick that this poor druid's never going to get a look in. And they popped up and it's like, hey, do you want to group up? We'll speed things up. And I'm like, need to speed things up? I got this. And I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever, we'll join group. She goes, just stand there, heal me, I got this. Runs around, and I forgot druids have that magical ability called Starfall. And my reputation bar just started going, like just ping, 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 filled up bags full of charms. We're having a great old laugh. We're having a chat. We were just hanging out. Two complete random strangers, met in the game, both had a common goal, jumped on it, had a ball, and both went our separate ways. And I sort of sat back and I'm like, damn, that hasn't happened in the game for so long, it's ridiculous. And it really sort of brought that little bit of faith back in the game of that there are those random strangers out there. And maybe the message is slowly filtering through that you can play this game and don't have to be complete arsehat to strangers.
Right.
The word right out of my mouth.
To my new buddy Posca, I say you rock, man. Thanks,
we give you
man.
the golf clap. Golf clap.
Chick. I don't know whether you're a dude or a chick, but you're pretty cool either way.
We did.
Oh
no,
there's those. Go ahead.
I have to say this before I forget it. We do have another shout out that was given. A couple. The gentleman rolled a level 1 on our server, and the name I'm not 100% sure if that was the actual name that they were on. They rolled a level 1, and it's a husband and wife. He rolled a level 1 and randomly whispered me. And once again, when you guys whisper me at first, if I seem a little weird, it's because I think it's like controlling me, because sometimes he'll whisper me and be like, "I'm your biggest fan," from a different tune, and I'll totally get excited thinking it's a PWNCAST fan, and it's just like in being a dick. So, yes,
No.
They did message and say that they loved the podcast, that we're doing a great job. Literally, when you roll a tune on our server, just so you could seek me out in game to tell us how great we're doing, this makes me so happy that we're being able to entertain people. So,
it's beautiful, man. I feel kind of left out. I never get messages like that.
well, and I think it's just because my name is really, I wouldn't even know how to spell Frieza, because it's all kind of confusing.
It's Frieza. Remember that one?
Oh, because what's his name called you Frieza?
Recklessness, man.
So,
Frieza.
while I'm trying to find the name, because I saved the name, give me 1 second. Jezah. Jezah. I don't know if that was just a random name you picked, but thank you for letting me know. Now, also something really cool. So when he was standing in Stormwind and he was messaging me, some higher level players seen him obviously on a level 1 completely naked and gave him 2,500 gold. So he mailed me the 2,500 gold and said, "I don't need this, so give this to your guild." And I put it in the guild bank.
Awesome.
And that was pretty awesome for a complete stranger who just liked PWNCAST to totally donate. I can't even get regular people to donate their guild because they're all cheap to the guild bank. And this gentleman... Right, gentlemen and wife.
How dare you?
So I wanted to make
He's
sure
right.
that we gave you guys a shout out. Thank you so much for listening, and we really, really, really appreciate it.
That'd be the point, though. Like, even if you're on the wrong server, like this dude's done, like, make a level 1 jump on and say g'day to everyone in the guild. Like, we love hearing both on, not just on the Facebook page or on the new website.
PWNCAST.com.
Thank you. Jump in game, say hi. Like, we find it amazingly awesome because it lets us know that you guys really, do enjoy what we do.
Yeah,
and
it's a huge team.
And it's kind of like a little mini reward for all the hours of hard work that go into
those of you that don't see those of you that don't follow us on Facebook, because you guys might not be Facebook folks, you don't really see the large team that's behind the faces that you see. The admins, I've been on days when I'm so swamped with things and I can't browse the community pages to see what needs to be answered about for Bell's Bites. It's huge bloke that's in the background feeding me stuff via Facebook saying, "Hey, I noticed that a lot of people are asking about this and need this." I mean, we have a huge team. Hots for Shots. We have Ella, Aja, Midas Man. Dark, which he doesn't do much because he's my husband and thinks he doesn't have to, but we're using the cattle prod on that one to really
He's royalty. He's royalty.
I'm gonna have to write him another letter about his draw performance. So.
We have a phenomenal group of people that are behind PWNCAST because they see what we stand for, and we stand for you guys. This is why we're here, really, at the end of the day. Talking to ourselves isn't fun. We're talking to you guys. So I'm going to get all teary and emotional because everything is everything. I can't. So, yes.
It's true, though. Like, it's nice to have that little reward. And I'm not saying that we do this for those little rewards, but it kind of, like, when you get that message in game, or we do it.
We do that. We do it to hear back.
If I read one of those messages or randomly get a PM in game, like, I log out of WoW and I go and I won't say skip because that's a little bit girly, and I probably smash my head on the roof. But I pretty much skip down the hallway,
like in his kitchen last week.
Shake it off.
Yeah.
Shake it off. See, you missed a chance for the music there.
Oh, I don't think I even have it up anymore, dude.
It puts pep in our step, like, and sort of encourages us to keep doing what we're doing. So please make sure you do. Let us know.
We do.
I also want to plug my Arena RBG team that we can't get started. Here's what's happening. So two things. Yeah, no one has spotted me yet in Ashran or in arenas yet and posted on our Facebook
You haven't been
page.
on all week, so that's kind of unfair.
True. But it's been going on for a couple weeks. People need to spot me already. I want to give a gift out. What was I going to say?
We will feature this contest on PWNCASTDailyQuest.com.
It will be. Yeah, that is very true. And if you feel, if you guys screenshot me, selfie, whatever you got to do, and just get me in a picture, but it has to be in Ashburn or in an arena. You can't find me in Storm Shield because I'm there all the time.
If someone can find you and do that photo bomb thing with you, or I don't understand how that works.
It's
but
not
if I
live
ever
yet,
see,
so that wouldn't be fair.
No, but in good time. You know what? I will give something away if someone can show me a photo bomb with Frieza.
That's so.
That's
funny.
that's good. That gives
There's
more
part two of
reason
the
to find me.
So what's the second thing?
I'm going to do a plug for 2 Resto Druids. We need 2 solid main character Restos. If you're on a realm that you hate, you're in a group that you hate, you're not with serious people, you're not with you want to move. You need change. I'm the change. You need to come to Argent Dawn on your Resto Druid, and you need to type me, whisper me, get my battle net is Frosty1321. Definitely message me if you're serious about being an arena junkie, you're serious about doing an RPG team, and that is your main character. You have keybinds and macros. You know how to play. Definitely, you don't have to be rated or nothing, but you have to be a druid and resto and willing to be a team member and willing to die with us. But we need 2 restos. We have 1. We need 2 more to have an RPG team.
Mm-hmm.
And we need PvP junkies, people who...
If you're down to get raged at via Skype from Frieza when you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, we're the people for you. But we have a blast. Brute, I need to make sure that I shout her out because last week I had mentioned Ace because he did the show intro and she had commented and she was like, but what about me? And I'm like, she felt like she was not important, but she's totally important because I love her. But yeah.
And a big reason too, sorry to interrupt, but a big reason too, if you don't have a lot of friends and you need to change servers, we have too many DPS right now in our guild that want to do PvP. We have so many of them that are like, we need PvP, we need the arenas. We don't have enough healers to have teams yet. If you want to be part of a team where you are literally in that same team and you are serious, we have it ready for you. It's ready to go. We just need you to show up on Saturday night and die with us, or Friday, whatever you want to do.
Straight on up.
Mostly we do it on the weekends. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night is when it's done.
Right. So if you guys, I'm just letting you know.
You can inbox him. You can inbox Frieza also at PWNCAST, Facebook.com/PWNCAST, and just put attention to Frieza, and I'll make sure that it gets forwarded to him, or you can get in contact with me on how to get added to the guild if you're interested. So.
Is there any way you can get in contact with
you can also, there is PWNCASTDailyQuest.com. There's contact information for you too. Yeah. It's a brand new website that's amazing.
I just want to point out, I have tried doing the PvP thing with Frieza, and I spend a lot of time like this.
But you're a shaman, right? You're
yes,
a shaman? Yeah, we're not going to talk about elemental shamans.
Yeah, anyway, I don't play with shamans no more.
We are going to wrap up the show because it's over that time.
If you want to do me a really big favor, everybody add HOTS1796 to their friends list and just harass him as much as you can. That's HOTS1796. And just start adding him as a friend, and he loves people to talk to.
He loves nudes.
He loves PMs in particular.
Let's be real. He loves nudes and cats, and if you could find a way to meld those two together, then he's gonna love you. Nudes and cats.
Yeah.
Be looking for Hots to be on for next week. Because he
may not be after that.
This is a running thing between me and him.
It's a rivalry.
So I just want to let him know I got you now.
That's dirty. Okay, so guys, thanks for being here and having internet and not being dead and things, because I would be very sad. We had a really, really great week. For those that are listening, make sure you like us on Facebook. Make sure you do check out the new site that we just launched, PWNCASTDailyQuest.com. If you didn't get enough plugs throughout the whole episode, make sure that you like and comment on the video. If you're listening to it on iTunes, send us an email. Let us know what you think. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what we can change or add. We're here for you guys, and we thank you for spending your hour with us every week. It means a lot to us, and hopefully you'll be spending more than just your hour every week with us, and you'll be spending many hours on our website and interacting with us and doing things. So With that said, we are going to bid you adieu. Now the action figures come out. It's time to go because that means the ADD's kicked in. So we're gonna be out of here. We will see you guys next week. Bye. This is my life. This is the path I have chosen. No, seriously. Okay, this time we really need time.
Oh, we're not over yet?
No,
Okay, bye.
Oh, sorry. That's so much ADD going on right
No, it's time to
Oh my
now.
god.
As soon as you started wrapping up, I'm like, where's Lionel?
I need to get another way to get Yoda.
So did you read Capcom or whatever?